Hey guys.
Hi.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guys. So we're going to take the attendance. Abdul Halim. Adham.
Here.
Adham is here.
Yes, he's play along.
Okay, can you change your name, Adham, please, into Adham? Ahmed Ahmed. Okay. Ahmed Hatem.
He's not.
Ali.
He's not. He's not.
Okay, okay. Amr Hatem is not here. Hamza is here. Julie.
Yes.
Here.
Judy.
I'm here.
Lina.
I'm here.
Mira.
Here.
Nancy. Nancy.
Here.
Okay. Ruqayya.
Here.
Selim. Selim, are you there? Yes, he's here. Yusuf.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we're missing Ahmed Hatem, Amr Hatem, and Ali. Can anyone check on them? All
I
right.
sent on the group.
All right.
I asked Ali to try joining again because the first time he couldn't join.
Okay. All right. So now, guys, what we're going to do is, like yesterday, we are going to continue with the revision of the fourth lesson. So I'm just bringing the
Miss, are we going to revise the 2 sessions or only 1 session?
We will see when we finish this. When are we going to finish? If we're going to finish in the first session, then we're going to start answering the worksheets in the book in the second session. If we took the 2 sessions as a revision, we're going to start answering tomorrow, tomorrow or after tomorrow. After tomorrow,
Okay.
we're going to yes, we're going to answer the book. Okay.
No, Miss, tomorrow we have the second session.
Tomorrow is Wednesday. No, I don't think
Yes.
we have science tomorrow.
We have.
You have tomorrow?
Yes.
You don't have tomorrow. You have on Thursday.
Yes, we have on Thursday the first session.
First session, yes. Tomorrow, the second session, you have math.
Yeah. And the first session is humanities.
Yes.
Nesma,
Yes, dear.
last week you uploaded a video and I made the activity also last week. So I don't know how to send it to you. Should I send it to you?
What activity, dear?
The activity in page 12.
Yeah, I did not make an assignment for this. We're just going to do it together. No, you don't have to send it for me. We're just going to do it together in the session.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, dear. Okay, guys, so let's start. So yesterday we stopped, where did we stop yesterday? let's see. In that, yeah, so we were talking about this and we stopped at the gravity and the force meter, right? So that was the last thing that we did together. Yes, Julie, do you have a question or what?
No, Miss, I don't have the third trimester book.
I don't know how to help you in this, dear. You have to call Mustafa and find out when are you going to take the resource pack so that we can do it together. Because you were supposed to bring it like yesterday, I think, or the day before. So check with Mustafa. Check with Mustafa to see what is that you can do. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's talk about some of the forces. Yesterday we were revising the forces in general, and we talked about the push and pull forces. We talked about the balanced and unbalanced forces. We talked about how forces can affect an object, whether by making it start to move or change its direction or change its speed or change its shape. All of these things, force, applying a force to an object can do it, okay? Then we talked about gravity, and we learned that the gravity is one of the most important forces in our lives, because this is how we can walk on the ground. This is how everything around us is anchored to the ground. And we said that it was discovered by a scientist called Isaac Newton. And then we talked about the difference between mass and weight. And we said that the mass is the amount of substance in a matter, and is an amount of a matter in an object. And we said that it was, what is its unit? Huh? Who knows the unit of the mass? Yes, Adam, do you have a question or do you want to answer?
No, I don't.
Okay, okay. Yes, what's the unit of the mass? Huh? Yes, Ahmed Ahmed.
It's
What?
kilograms and grams.
Yes, it's grams and kilograms. And does it change from one place to another?
No.
No, it remains the same. The other definition was weight. And who can tell me the unit of weight? Yes, Mira?
Newton.
Newton, excellent. And does it change, Mira?
No.
Does weight change from one place to another?
Yes.
Yes, because it's affected by what?
Gravity.
Gravity, excellent. Like we tried yesterday, we tried to see what will be your weight on Earth and what will be your weight on Mars using the equation that we have learned about. Who remember the equation? Who remembers how can we, yes, how can we calculate weight? Who remembers? What did we do yesterday? How can we calculate weight? Yes, Mira.
It's
Weight
like what
equals,
times what?
yes, what times what? Yes, weight equal.
Weight equal mass equals weight times mass equals gravity.
No. Weight equals mass times gravity. Okay, how can we calculate weight? Not how can we calculate gravity. We want to know can we calculate weight. So we can calculate weight by with this equation. Weight equals mass times gravity. Weight equals mass times gravity. Ali, are you here?
Yes, Miss, I am here.
Okay, excellent. Now we're going to talk about, and we said, who can tell me how can we measure weight? What is the tool used to measure weight? Yes, Ruqayya. Ruqayya, do you know the name of the tool that we can measure weight with?
1 second.
Okay.
Force meter.
Force meter, or it has another name. Do you know the other name? Spring balance. Very good. Spring balance. Okay. Force meter, not force better, Mira. Force meter. Force meter. Okay. All right.
Yes, I read it.
Okay. So now we're going to start with the part 2 of the force lesson, where we talked about another type of force, which is called the friction force. And the friction force is the type of force that happens or produced when two surfaces start to rub against each other. They come in contact with each other and rub against each other. As that boy, as you can see, he does not find it really easy to slide on the floor. This is because of the friction force. The friction force is preventing him from sliding easily on the floor. Now, when you roll a ball, if you have a ball and you roll it on the floor, does it keep going forever, or at some point it will stop?
At some point it will stop.
Yes, at some point it will stop, and this is because of the friction force. The friction force is like, as I told you before, is like when you're running towards a certain place, like for example, you want to run to the door. So you run to the door and one of your friends will come and grab you from behind. This is what the friction force does. It grabs you or pulls you backwards. You're going forward, the friction will pull you backwards. And this is why it is supposed to be stopping you from moving. I want people who have their mic unmuted to mute their mics, please.
Miss Nisma, your voice is lagging. I couldn't hear.
The rest of you,
No, it's not.
Is it lagging?
No, it's lagging.
Yes,
We
it's
have
lagging.
the connection.
Yes.
No.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Yes.
The connection is a little bit bad today, so we'll just have to deal with it. Okay. Abdul Halim, are you here? Okay. Okay. All right. So again, why do when we roll a ball on the ground, after a while it stops? This is because of the friction force. The friction force starts to pull the object back, and it's there to stop the movement of any object. So when two surfaces touch or come in contact with each other and they start to rub against each other, they produce a type of force called the friction force. And the friction force is the one that causes the object to slow down. Okay. Now in this picture, we have an example of the friction force. What are the two surfaces that rub against each other in this picture? In this picture, what are the two forces that produce friction with each other? Yes, Julie, do you know?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, dear. In this picture, where is the friction? The friction is between what and what?
The friction is between the floor.
Okay.
And his feet.
Between the ground and his shoe, right? Between the ground and his shoe. So those are the bottom of his shoe. Those are the two surfaces that rub against each other and produce friction force with it. So this means, thank you, Julie. This means that if someone is moving forward, friction is pulling him or her backwards. This means that the friction is always in the opposite direction of the movement. So if someone is moving in a direction, the friction force is pulling him or her back in the other direction. So friction and motion is always in the opposite directions. Is this statement clear?
Yes.
Huh? Is it
Clear.
clear? All right.
Here.
Okay. How can we use friction? Friction is very important in our lives. Sometimes it is preferable. Sometimes we want the friction, and sometimes we really don't want the friction. In the cases that we want the friction in is, for example, when we are in a car with our parents and the car must stop. So your parent will press on the brake in order for the car to stop. When your parent press on the brake, this will increase the friction between the tires of the car and the ground. So it will make the car stop. The same happens when you are riding a bicycle. If at some point you want to slow down the bicycle or you want to stop the bicycle, what will you do? You're going to press on the brakes for the bicycle to slow down or stop. This will increase the friction between the tires and the ground, and this way you can slow down or stop. Okay, so in this cases, friction is very important. What else is friction important in? If you have a very slippery floor and you are afraid to slip from it, so what do? You see first, maybe you have water that fell on the floor, or some oil fell on the floor, so you just wipe this water or oil so that the friction will be more, and this way you can walk on this floor easily. And I told you also that in all of our shoes you will find those grooves under at the bottom of your shoe, and those grooves help you to grip. This will help you to be able to stand and walk on the ground even if the ground is slippery. Okay, now I want you to tell me, as I said it already, but I want you to tell me, what are the things? Give me example of
Miss,
the things.
your voice
Yeah.
is loud.
My voice is lagging.
Yes. It's lag.
Is it still lagging? Hello? Is it still lagging? Guys? Hello, can you hear me?
Oh my God.
Can you hear me now?
A little. Your voice is
Yes.
laggy.
Yeah, it's a little bit lag.
A little bit laggy.
Is it still lagging?
A little.
No,
A little.
no. This is better.
It's better? Okay. There is a trouble with the connection today in the school, so just bear with me, please. Okay, now I want to ask you a question, guys. Can you give me examples of things or materials that reduce the friction? Do you know what's the meaning of reduce? Reduce, make it less or make it more? Does reduce mean that it makes it less or make it more? I'm still lagging, right?
No.
Yes,
Yes.
Mira, does it?
Yes. Miss?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mira, can you tell me? Can you tell me reduce means make it less or make it more?
Make it less.
Very good. Thank you, Mira. Now my question is, what are the materials that reduces the friction? Who can give me examples of materials that reduces the friction? Example of materials which reduces the friction. Yes, Judy. Judy, are you there? Okay, Ahmed Ahmed, can you hear me?
I can
Yes.
hear you.
Okay, Ahmed, can you tell me examples of materials that reduces the friction?
Water.
Water, very good. What else?
Oil.
Oil, exactly. Water and oil both reduces friction, which means that it makes the ground more slippery because you don't have much friction. Okay, thank you, Ahmed. Now, in those two pictures, guys, we have a street and a beach. Which one will it be easier for the man to ride his bicycle on?
The street.
The street, yes, and this is because the sand on the beach is a rough surface. It will make it harder for the man to cycle in it. Okay, next is this picture. Which one will be harder or easier for the man? Who can tell me which will be the easier, the street or the grass? Which one will be easier for him to ride the bicycle in?
Street.
The street, exactly.
Street.
Because again, the grass is a rough surface, and this way it will be hard for him to ride his bicycle on. Now let's say some of the examples of rough surfaces. First of all, you have sandpaper. Sandpaper is like a paper that has grains on it, and it's used to smooth down the walls before painting it. So sandpaper is a rough surface because it has like small grains on it. The doormat, which we put on the front of our doors to clean our shoes before coming inside the house. The pineapple, as you can see, because it has spines coming out of it, and the screw because it has all those grooves. So all of those are rough surfaces. What about the smooth surfaces? A balloon that, especially if it's blown, a blown balloon, and a mirror is a smooth surface, a CD is a smooth surface, an apple is a smooth surface. Is the friction part clear, or is there anything that you don't understand?
It's clear.
Clear. Clear? Okay. Now let's go to the third part of the fourth lesson, which we talked about right before going to the vacation. We talked about, who remembers what are the types of forces that we talked about? Who remembers what are the
Can I
types?
say them?
Who are you?
Hamza.
Can you raise your hand, please?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay, Hamza. Tell me.
Air resistance and water, upthrust and water resistance.
Very good. We talked about water resistance, upthrust force, and air resistance. Very good, Hamza.
Resistance.
Now, my question is, if we're going to talk about the types of water resistance, which one? You have two types connected to water: water resistance and upthrust force. Both of them are related to water: upthrust force and water resistance. Which one of those two is the type that pushes you up when you are swimming? Which one? Yes, Adham. No, Hamza. Adham. You have water resistance and upthrust force. Which one of those pushes objects up when it's floating on water?
Understand.
You don't understand? Okay, who knows the answer? Yes, yes, Ruqayya.
Me.
Upthrust force.
Yes, upthrust force is the type of force when water pushes you up or pushes an object up when it's floating on water. But water resistance, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Water resistance is the type of force that pushes you back. It keeps pushing you back while you're walking or swimming through water. Okay, so again, upthrust force is the force responsible for objects to float on water. Why? Because it pushes the objects up. It keeps pushing the objects up. While the water resistance is the type of force which pushes you back when you're trying to swim or walk through the swimming pool or the sea or the water in general. Okay, is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes. Adham, are you still confused?
No.
All right. Now, we said that the boats has a specific shape. Who remembers what is the name of the shape of the boats? Who remembers what is the name of this shape of the boats? Ahmed Ahmed, yes, Ahmed.
Flat surface.
No. Yes, Mira, do you know? Mira, do you know? Mira, are you there?
Miss Nesma, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, it's like a streamlined.
Yes,
streamlined
streamlined shape. Very good, streamlined shape. And why is it important for the boats to be in a streamlined shape?
Should I answer it too?
No, I will let Nancy answer it. Nancy? Nancy, are you there? Okay, Ruqayya, are you there?
Yes, but I can't remember it.
Why do we make the boats in a streamlined shape? Who knows?
Yes, Miss.
Miss,
You know,
because not to let the water inside.
No. Yes, Ali.
Miss, I can't hear you.
You cannot hear me?
No, Miss, you're not lagging. No, you're not lagging.
No, you're not lagging.
All right. Ali, do you know the answer? Why do we make the boats a streamlined shape?
Because of the water resistance.
Yeah, so we to reduce the water resistance, right?
Yes.
Yes, to reduce the water resistance so the boats can move easily in the water. Okay. Then we talked about the air resistance, and we said that the air resistance is related to how much speed the car is moving with. If it's moving with a very large speed, the air resistance will be more. If it's moving with a small speed, the air resistance will be less. And we said if we are going to talk about the air resistance in the parachutes, that the parachutes are affected by two types of forces. A force that pulls the parachute down, which is called the gravity force, and another one which pushes the parachute up, which is called the air resistance. And the larger the parachute, the more air resistance or the less air resistance? The larger the parachute, the more air resistance or the less air resistance? Who knows?
No. Me.
The larger the parachute, the more air resistance or the less air resistance? Yes, Julie?
Yes, I know. Yes, me too.
Julie, do you know? Okay, Ruqayya?
I don't really remember.
Lower.
The larger the parachute, the more air resistance or the less air resistance?
The less.
The larger the parachute.
More.
Miss, can you say it again?
The larger the parachute, the more air resistance or the less air resistance?
Oh, the more.
Yes, the more air resistance, so that will make the parachute move slower or move faster?
Move slower.
Yes, move slower. Very good. Okay, excellent. So we're done, guys. Is there anything that you're still confused about?
No.
No? Okay, if
Miss
you have,
Nasma,
yes.
like the friction, not all of the lesson, like the part that we took new.
Which one?
Like, I can't.
Is there something that
Leia,
you're
when we like.
something that you're confused about this?
Yes,
Yeah, which part?
it's in the friction part, like when we.
When we do what?
You said like something less. I answered it, but it's I'm
Yes,
confused.
the word reduce friction means to make it less or make it more.
Yes, this part.
Yes, so what's wrong with it? Reduce friction means make it less. So water and oil, or water and oil reduces friction.
Means make it less?
Yes, make it less, and this is why it will make it more slippery. The less friction,
okay.
yeah, exactly. So the less friction, the more slippery the ground will be.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, guys, if you have your books, please grab it, and I want you to open page. I want you to open page 9, please. If you have your book, please open it. The resource pack.
Which one?
The third trimester resource pack.
Page
Which
7.
trimester?
The third trimester resource pack.
Which page?
Page 9.
Miss Nasma.
Yes.
Okay, I open page
we
9. We will re-enter in the coming session.
Yes, you will re-enter in the coming session, yes. Okay, but not now. Do you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I want you to open page 9, please.
Open.
Okay. And all of you, please put your hands down. Put your hands down, all of you. Lower your hands, please. Everyone, lower your hands, because some people, they just forget about it. Yes, lower your hands, please. Lower your hands, please. Lower your hands, please. Please lower your hands. Lower your hand. Okay. Now, who wants to read? Raise your hand. Yes, Yusuf.
Okay. Background knowledge. A force is a push or pull. Forces can start or stop an object from moving. They can increase or decrease the speed of a moving object. The force that
Opposes
motion is called friction. Forces can also make things change their direction of motion.
Okay,
For
do you know,
example,
guys, do you
the
know what's
force
the
of the
meaning
wind
of
can
opposes? Do you know what's the meaning of
No.
opposes? Opposes?
No.
Opposes means that it works in the other way, in the opposite direction. So the force, for example, the force,
So like
the
push
force
or
that
pull?
opposes motion means, the force that opposes motion means the force that moves in the opposite direction of motion. So as I told you, if you're moving forward, the friction will pull you what?
Backwards.
Yes, this is what opposes means. It means it works in the opposite direction. Is it clear for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, continue, Yusuf.
The force of the wind can blow a boat, of course. A force acts in one direction. This direction is shown in the diagram by using arrows. A longer arrow is used to show a bigger force. A gentle kick and a hard kick.
Okay, thank you, Yusuf. Science activity, thank you, Yusuf. Examine the diagram below, on which diagram draw an arrow to show the direction of each force mentioned. Okay, so who will answer the first one? Who will answer the first one? Raise your hand, please, if you want to answer the first one. If you want to answer the first one, raise your hand, please. Okay, Ahmed Ahmed.
Yes,
Ahmed Ahmed, what does it say? It says what?
Science activity.
No, we want to know, yes, the A.
The pull of gravity on the spring.
Yes, the pull of gravity on the spring. How will it look like? The arrow should be pointing where? What? What is the direction of the force of gravity?
Down.
Down, exactly. So you're going to draw an arrow down. Is it hard?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I understand now.
Yes, exactly.
What you want.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I'm going to end this session and I will start the new one. Okay, guys? I'm going to end this one and I will start the new one.
Okay.
All right.